We blame the psychiatrist so much. We blame Big Pharma. I hate Big Pharma. They're evil. They're manipulative. And my doctor, he screwed me. He's evil. They don't get it. They want a quick fix. They're playing jazz with our neurochemistry. And this is all true. And we're right. We didn't have maybe full consent, right? Meaning they didn't tell us, hey, taking this drug, maybe one day it stops working. One day when you try to come off it, it could ruin your damn life. And these are all truth points, guys. But I'll tell you, and this is the ugly truth about it all. In a sense, we can blame our collective humanity, people, for the crisis, the psych meds crisis we're seeing, because we wanted a quick fix. And we should have known better. Something in our instinct should have said, this is too easy. You can't sleep, have anxiety, depressed, hate your job, hate your wife, hate your husband, hate your place in life, feel shortcomings. I'm not intelligent enough. I don't want to go back to school. It's too hard. I want more money. I don't want to work harder because how do I do that? And then what do I have to sacrifice to get, I mean, anyone who's really worked hard to build anything knows it's not like you see in the movies. It's really, really, really hard. You will work really, really hard and there's no guarantees. But still, we want a quick fix with everything. We want a quick fix, a diet. We want to lose weight. Screw changing our lifestyle and our diets and cutting out things that we like to eat and forcing ourselves to exercise more. No, where's that pill? Wait, is it keto? What is it? What do I got to do? How do I get to still do everything I want to do, but get the results I want? And that's what we do with our mental health. Why change the career? Why go back to school? Why pursue or dive deep into who we are and try to, and our self-discovery and try to find out who the hell are we? What is our dream? Do we have a dream? Why do we not have a dream? How come we had one when we were 5 or 6 or 9 or 10? What happened? How did we lose it? Are we happy in our relationship? Are we happy in our place in our life? Are we happy in our skin and our bodies? Could we do better? I always think about this scenario where I meet the future me. The future me that's, he represents my full potential. And I go, wow, what a soul-crushing moment. He's everything I wanted to be. Everything I could have been had I just applied myself. I mean, everything from health to my, success in my dreams, to the quality of life and happiness and bliss and tranquility and all of it, everything. And that's such a sobering moment. It's a scary moment to even entertain that you could look into the mirror and say, this is me. And of course, hopefully you're looking at what is the best version of you and not just some kind of plastic, I want to be a social influencer who weighs 100 pounds and looks really hot and, or I want to have $1 billion. But I mean, really looking at yourself, the version that you want, that just you go, that's me actualized. That's a hard thing to look at. But again, we want everything fast. We want it now. I got anxiety. I hate my job. I'm not changing my job. Give me a pill. Benzo. Boom. There it is. Oh, SSRI. Yes. Thank you. And we forget, what the hell did we do before Big Pharma came around? Did we have mental? Of course we had mental illness back then. It's been around for thousands. It's been around since the dawn of time. There's even evidence to certain levels of illness in animals. Ironically, usually tied to people, but we've always had mental illness, is my point. And as bad as the world is, we can go down this rabbit hole of, man, America sucks right now. Look at it. Yeah, look at how everything going wrong, and the Republicans, all the liberals, and this and that. Trump, is it Biden? Is it guys? This is as good as it's ever been. I hate to tell you. I mean, you go back even 100, 200 years ago, people couldn't, certain people of color and gender couldn't vote, and we go back to a point before even amoxicillin was created. People could just have a kidney stone and die. The poverty rates. If you just look at it all the way down the board, things have been improving. every year. Poverty rates, medicine, technology, all of these things. And I'm not to say that there's not been a deficit in certain areas. I mean, in a sense, that's what I'm highlighting, right? That in the sense that our strength has gotten weaker and we've become weaker. You know, we used to sit around a fire and in the evening and read a book and write and contemplate our life and have big, deep thoughts. And now we don't want any of that. Put on reality TV shows, put on something to make me laugh, distract me. I don't want to think about things I don't want to think about. Where's that damn pill? Right? So in a sense, we can blame ourselves. You know, Big Pharma just capitalized on it. That's all they did. And it's not like Big Pharma is made up from aliens from another galaxy. They're us. Hell, I've met people, Big Pharma reps and stuff, and they're on the meds too. They suffered too. You know what I mean? They're the drug dealer, and they're they're high on their own stash, just like everyone else. Yeah, Big Pharma's dirty. It needs an enema, so to speak, right? It needs to be thoroughly cleaned from the inside out. I mean, we can go on for an hour just talking about the faults in that. You know, we should all have a class action lawsuit. We should all be sitting on $250,000 or more class action lawsuit payout from what we've gone through because of this. And so watch your anger. You know, be mindful of why you're angry and what you're looking at. Because you could be angry at the circumstances and the injustice, but in the bigger picture, I guess what I'm saying is we did this to ourselves collectively. You know, and some of us, and some of that's gonna be triggering. I mean, probably someone's already clicked off this video because I said that. Like, I can't deal with that, Dave. And I'm not blaming you. I'm not shunning you. I'm just, we need a dose of reality, and we need to be sober here. That we each take a little bit of responsibility for our position, and then we forgive ourselves. We forgive everything, because it doesn't matter. In the end, you were ignorant. The doctors didn't let you know. But at the same time, some of us had an instinct. Some of us should have known that taking a pill was just too damn easy. And why would it work? And how could it work? You hate your marriage, let's say. You hate your job. Why would a pill make that better? How? Because it's just supposed to override that part? Well, maybe you hate those things, or you're unhappy for a reason. You know, I mean, mental illness, like this idea of this like utopia future, the society free of mental illness. We're going to use gene therapy and just remove all mental illness. It doesn't work that way. You're supposed to be anxious about certain things. You're supposed to be depressed about certain things. You're supposed to be stressed out by certain things. Otherwise, you become a robot, and then you're susceptible to being, manipulated. Or best case scenario, you become, like I often say, a bovine. You become like a cattle just grazing on a field. No brain, no thoughts, and that's not the point of mindfulness. It's certainly not to make you a cattle. The point of mindfulness is to awaken you to what I'm saying, to awaken you, right? Mindfulness is not about just going through life happily with a stupid grin on your face, just without a care in some place of indifference where my brain doesn't work. That's not what mindfulness is. I hope you know. It's waking up and realizing, wow, if I really want to try to be happy, if I want a new future, if I want something new, I've got to do different things, right? Because that's insanity, doing the same thing every day, expecting different results. So here we are. We're all going through this thing, trying to survive, trying to adapt, becoming more resilient, working on our plasticity, building skill sets, trying to become a better version of ourselves, trying to find the silver lining in all this. Right? Because we want to be better. Because now we've learned our message. We've learned our lesson that the pill wasn't the option. It wasn't the best option anyway. It wasn't it wasn't the solution, I mean to say. It was just a crutch. It was just a Band-Aid. It was just designed to help you get up and kind of nourish you or nurture you and get you in a certain place when you were knocked down. And even by the American Medical Association's own standards, literally every med they prescribe in terms of mental health, antidepressants, SSRIs, anti-anxiety meds, all of that stuff, is designed to be used in conjunction with therapy. I've read the literature. I mean, in my own education, we had to dive deep in our psychopharm courses, and there was actually assignments where we had to go find the original research from these corporate, these big companies, and look at their own, and this is what they don't put up. It's like their own standards and practices, their own guidelines. And if you dive into that, you will see right there, almost like the 10 Commandments of Big Pharma, this stuff is meant to be used in conjunction with other things. Benzos were supposed to be a short-term solution, not solution, a short-term aid in conjunction with other things like therapy, because therapy outperforms all of this stuff, all these meds. In almost every study, therapy outperforms them in long-term studies. But what they don't do is they don't outperform them in short-term studies. And that takes me back to my original point. That's what we're after. I want it now. I want sleep now. I don't want to be anxious now. I want panic to disappear now. I want to feel happy and content in my life right now. I don't want to make changes. I don't want to go through that divorce or that change of career. I don't want to go back to college. I don't want to get on the treadmill. I don't want to cut out food. I don't want to stop drinking. I don't want to change my lifestyle. Damn it. I don't want to be less selfish. I don't want to be more spiritual if it means having to suffer. Well, yeah, it does. The most spiritual people have endured the greatest atrocities, the most suffering. That's how it works. That's how it works. We forget that, right? I want to be an Instagram influencer, whatever the hell that is. Like, this is where we are now. And it's been heading this way for 30, 40 years easily. And now, this exterior, this false foundation even, is starting to crack. And the benzo people, we're right there at the forefront of this, my friends. We are the first to go, whoa, hey guys, something went wrong. This is a scam. This is a trap. This wasn't meant to be a long-term solution necessarily. And as sure as I say that, I will say there are some people that in certain circumstances can use a benzo most of their life for something. I mean, there are exceptions to every rule, right? And especially you can use benzos your entire life if you use them sparingly. Every now and then, if you have a blood pressure issue or flying or certain phobias or whatever, although you should be working on those things, again, with therapy and in your own way. But if you take a, 1, 2 milligram, 5 milligram Valium every 2 weeks, it's not going to kill you. You do that the rest of your life, you're likely going to be fine. But it's when it's every day, just like anything. A drink here and there is okay. Smoking your weed every now and then, okay. Whatever it is, any indulgence is okay. Eating a bunch of chocolate cake every now and then is okay. It's when it's every day, when it's a compensation and a replacement for something else, and we all do it. Benzos is just one thing. We do it with sex, food, people, TV, reality, money, whatever. We're all trying to escape something, and that's the fault. That's the spiritual walk that we all have. Is how do I walk and appreciate things and still be of the world without losing myself in it? And because you can have all that. You can have a nice car. You can eat great food. And you can pursue a wonderful body and want to be beautiful and travel and be successful. And you can be an influencer, and you can do everything you want to do if your heart and your mind is in the right place. But I go back, guys. We, in a sense, and not necessarily you and I, because we all got duped worse than anybody by this thing. But I mean collectively, humans all over the world. We wanted things easier and faster. And in a sense, yeah, we can't blame ourselves, guys. This psych med crisis is a reflection of our society, just like every damn thing else we can complain about.